we've started rolling updated.
I don't know. But you know what's freaky about this? Guys, listen up. Everyone listen up. Everyone listen up. You do realize Gribbly can switch instances, so he could come to our instance at any time and talk to us. And
another thing, we are also intending to merge the player profile screen
right now. He's not here.
And the player preferences screen.
Dude, I feel like such a dumbass right now. I've been standing here for 30-odd minutes with my hand up, and then I now realize that he's not even here.
Over RecNet, in the game, through chat, all of those things. So, we're really excited about that as well.
I'll train you into 111.
Alright, Sis.
Yeah,
So,
even says room full.
next question comes from Killer Bean. I don't see them in here. So the question is, will we get better moderation tools in custom rooms? This could be the ability to mute, temp ban, give a ban reason, and also having audit logs that show room kicks, bans, unbans, etc.
Yeah. Okay, so great question, and this is one I wish we had M3 Mama Monkey in the room to give us. I did but yeah, definitely we want to keep increasing the ability for room owners to build to have moderation.
Hey,
tools
pass the
for their
microphone.
rooms. And so those suggestions, I think, are good.
Yo, they stream this on YouTube and Twitch. I can't find the fucking anime stream.
Is giving room owners and the
Here, I'll go.
Ridley, we want to be able to hear shit that we can't hear. Just trying to find it.
Having a good experience for their visitors. So yeah, definitely we'll be adding to those tools over time.
Finally.
Flame.
Oh my God, Ripley.
Next question is from Nancy. They are not here, but they ask, now that cloud variables are out of beta, are there any plans on adding a leaderboard V2? Maybe adding RecNet support for leaderboards with in-game goals.
Bro, people are asking about
one second, so really you can turn off gifts in your watch if you don't want to.
Oh, I can. Where is that?
You have to dig through your settings for a while to find it.
Yeah, that's my AMA.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to get bosses, but what was I forgot the question. V2 leaderboards and cloud variables, right? That's right. So yeah, so I think first what we'll do is cloud variables only just left beta.
I don't even know about.
Actually, did they leave beta? I think they're either they just left or they're just about to, real close. And so we're gonna let the dust settle on that, kind of just make sure they're working, make sure we don't have any kind of glitches in the system, make sure we can rely on them, and then I'm not 100% sure what the Maker Pen team is planning to do with the leaderboard. I believe the more likely way that we'll do it is not so much to do a V2 leaderboard.
We're just driving stuff in the
background. I wish we would have had like our own private version that would like friends to watch, so we wouldn't have to deal with
custom leaderboards that aren't in the exact format that we give you.
Actually, I'm gonna check this out.
You can do a baseball style one or
if it is possible, make me with
PvP style one, whatever you want.
I'm pretty sure. No. Can you press that button? Press that button. I think I heard that.
If I can at least find
this guy did, but it didn't do much.
Stream, I should
Can I have the building? Hand it over here. Yeah, no, I don't think it does. I don't think it does much. Oh, the screen's back down.
Yo, Panda.
It'll be an adventure.
Why is just red panda?
Let's see what other leaks though in the
That's a red panda. That's an endangered.
Oh, I think the button controls that. Bring it
Keep
back
it down,
down.
just in case they switch their tabs. Keep it down.
What the
That's feeling like face reveal to somebody. We want to see if they do anything else.
Yeah, keep it down. I like it. No.
Astro, they accidentally face revealed somebody. Keep it down.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we want to see more.
I guess the only thing we can do is kick them and try to click.
I can't even hear Gribbly anymore. I think it's just broken. I can't even see him, so I don't know how I feel.
Yeah,
right.
they
I think that is, we do a lot of featuring of rooms and inventions and creators. The question is, would we feature YouTubers? So the answer is I don't know that we have specific plans to do that, but certainly we don't have any intention not to. I think the question would be, what would be the right format for that? What would be the process for figuring out who we should feature? But definitely we want to celebrate and Recroom via YouTube or via any other platform. So we're very supportive of that.
Oh God, someone got hold of a microphone.
Yeah, let me take that not so much as a question because I'm not quite sure exactly what we're going to do there.
This is very not good. I I don't like this.
Are
they streaming this? Where are they streaming this? It'd be on so much easier. I don't think I'm
genuinely
gonna read my question.
I'm trying to figure it out. I can't find it on YouTube, but I doubt they stream like shit like this on Twitch.
Okay, whoever that is exactly.
No, absolutely. We love, we love it when people,
Go kick him.
stream
Go kick him. He's annoying.
part of the YouTube channel. It's really fun. It's win-win. It's great for us. It's great for any YouTuber. It's all good from us. And, and we'd love to hear specific ways we can support you. So I hear that flip-flop noob, the idea of like, hey, maybe we can have featured YouTubers. We'll have to figure out, like I said, the exact right way to do that. But yeah, let me take that to the social media folks and kind of get a conversation started.
Alrighty.
The fuck is this stream at?
Your question's next. Do you remember? Would you like me to ask it for you?
My question.
I honestly,
Come up front,
one of
Rise.
the broadcasting people is right there.
Yeah, no worries.
Are you okay?
Can I get a high five? Cool.
Oh, did he break again?
You're actually
Yeah.
No,
Okay, so Cauterized is asking about would we ever support an experimental AR pass-through mode for the Quest 2? So I'm wearing a Quest 2 right now, so I'm very familiar with that headset. I think it's really cool. And Cauterized points out that if you've ever played Rec Room on an iOS device, on an iPhone or an iPad, we have a very experimental AR mode. A lot of people who don't play on
What is going on with the
may
background?
not have ever
Keep your eye
experienced
on
it.
it.
It's
See
pretty
if there's any
interesting.
leaks.
You're not
So you can
showing
go.
stuff
There's a
that's
special
public.
room that only
He's gonna
appears
show
on
tennis.
AR-capable devices called the AR room, and you can go to it, and it
keep our eyes
basically
open.
you see the real world around you, and you can pull
Alright,
out.
he's gonna do this shit again. We need to give Smoke
Well,
kick him.
it uses surface reconstruction to like find the
Oh
floor,
my
find the furniture.
God.
It's not the most polished thing in the world, but it's a really interesting experiment. You can invite people over, and they'll appear in your real world, so you can have Rec Room avatars sitting in your living room with you, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, to get to your question,
In real life.
we have not played directly with.
Dude, a guy is in the floor on a stage.
And I have not personally.
That's fine.
I don't know what state they're in
Oh
yet
my
and how ready they are to be used for development.
Yeah,
I've heard
that
people
person
talk
was
about
right
it,
there
and
just
it's
a
really
second
cool.
ago.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah, some comments in the room here, bucketing people in real life. Yeah, it's pretty wild. If you happen to have access to an iOS device that's AR capable, it's worth playing with. It's pretty funny, and you can actually invite people who are on non-AR devices to come. They'll see a really crazy reconstructed world that kind of is the collision surfaces of your real room. So they can be like, across the other side of the country and into your living room in a kind of weird virtual state. It's all very weird and very experimental. But Cauterized, yeah, that sounds fun. And we'll just have to look into, when the AR support on Quest 2 is actually ready for people to build on. And I just haven't looked into that yet.
When someone's gonna ask about Friendotron coming back.
And if I can translate for Gribbly, iOS is iOS.
Oh,
In
sorry.
case anybody
Yes,
didn't
thank
know
you.
that.
iOS, is that the official way to say it?
I don't know. That's how I've always heard it. But
It's the Apple thing. The phone
Apple.
Do you want
yeah.
donuts? The person that's controlling the computer.
Yeah, Gribbly, you
All right,
got
Sis, what do we got?
Next question comes from Forbin. I'm going to ask it for them. They say they're asking why not keep CV1
I
as
put my donuts on there.
EZC's default programming language instead of making CV2 default and making access to legacy CV1 more difficult.
That's because you have to get
I see. Well, look, I long ago made a pledge that I would not answer any questions from Forbim, so I'm not going to answer that question. No, I'm kidding. That's a great question, Forbim. So
Poor guy.
I'm kidding Forbim because he's been a creator in Rec Room for a long time and built some really fun and amazing stuff. And was definitely one of our early adopters for circuits. So much love to Forbim. I'm just teasing. But yeah, no, I think the CV1 is a really cool system. It was definitely a great way to get started with circuits in Rec Room, but it had a very low ceiling for like the amount of performance you can get from it, the amount of sophistication you can get from it. It's unfortunately just not a scalable system. So we believe that over time CV2, while CV2 is much closer to a complete programming language where you can like fully script, really complex behaviors of anything that's in Rec Room. And you can already see like some of the work the creators do with it is really incredible. we're working really hard to up the ink limits, up the heat limits over time. You know, we got a lot of work to do to kind of make it possible to have more stuff, more circuits. But really the heart of Forbim's question is CV2, because it's more powerful, it's also a bit more complicated. Like it is kind of like learning a programming language. You know, if you learn CV2 really deeply, you are essentially learning how to program, and you'll find you have a lot of transferable coding skills that you could take to another coding language. We have a strategy to make that easier. It's kind of similar to what I was saying about the leaderboards, which is, you know, in many ways we want to like have the kind of low-level complex pieces, pack them up as certified inventions. So we want your first contact with CV2 to be as simple or even simpler than CV1 ever was via the use of inventions. And we have a ways to go to get that, you know, as seamless as we want it to be. But like, I would like, if you're a new creator in Recroom, you're like, what is all this circuitry stuff about? What I'd like you to do is start with inventions and kind of go, let me grab this kind of, you know, PvP kit or, you know, whatever kind of game making kit. You just put the invention in your room, you configure a couple of things, and you're like, oh, hey, you know, you can concentrate on doing the level design and decorating the room the way you want it to. You don't have to go deep on the circuits, but then once you've got something up and running, you can edit into those, the invention, you can start changing the variables, you can start adding custom logic, and slowly over time, you can learn the deep complexity of the system. Right now, we force you to dive straight into the deep end. That's because we have to build the system before we can make it easy. So hopefully that makes sense. And I get what you're saying, Forbim, but the goal is we're going to make CV2 easier than CV1 ever was. That's my official.
Get up there.
Anyone want to add anything to that?
No, but as we make it easier to use, we're going to keep the robustness of it, correct?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, increase the robustness and capability. Like CV2, you know, we're going to be working on it for a long time to come. Bilal, what's our player count? He's not listening to me. Hey Bilal, just ignore me and stand over there weirdly.
They just fell.
Okay, good job.
Yeah, he follows orders. Yeah, that's good.
Nailed it. Yeah. Perfect.
Also, if you want me to take over presenting, let me know.
Why do they like?
Oh, are we presenting this whole time? I didn't even know.
I know that grip.
I just noticed that too.
Oh, hey, nearly 1,500 people. All right, who had 1,500 in the sweepstakes? All right, you're about to lose.
I'm
forever.
so close. Oh man.
I am doing stuff. Ignore me. Yeah, whatever. All right, Forever. Why don't you take us through your RecCon panel that you've prepared?
Oh, this is gonna be.
Oh, it's for RecCon? I was just putting a bunch of my favorite stuff on it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. What have you got? We got shoes, backpacks.
This is not what I.
Dog. I see dog right there.
Are we looking at different things?
Yeah, I see dog.
Nah, they're seeing the same thing.
So, question: can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Bilal, you're echoing again.
Oh, hi, Jacob. We're looking at.
All right, so
something.
people.
It as plain
Okay,
white.
we don't know what we're looking at, but it is.
Forever,
something.
can you power cycle the screen, please?
I'm not currently presenting. I think I'm.
Oh, who is? Oh, it's okay. It's Bilal.
Bilal's didn't.
I see. All right, can we turn it back on and let's see if people can see it?
Template is this.
Yeah.
I can barely.
Nope.
All right, and also that is also the company Slack with a search from me.
You get.
People in this room don't see the screen. But okay, so can we get confirmation that people in the Echo instances see a Kirby with a rocket launcher?
Yeah.
And earlier saw all of Gribbly's secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That is the.
Did ever see Gribbly's secrets a second ago?
Not in this room they didn't.
A second ago we saw.
Someone brought down the screen.
Okay, perfect. It's been screenshotted for the internet in all perpetuity, I'm sure. Sis, are people seeing it in the Echo instances?
They say they see the screen. Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, hey, one person out of 1,500, we'll take it.
Oh, I hear you now.
So Bilal, that's an expected artifact that people in the room can't see it, right?
They showed their face a second.
It was a bug we fixed.
It's a bug, okay. Okay, I will direct everyone's attention to the sides of the screen. This is an experimental event. There may be some glitches. That was one. All right, people in my instance are getting on stage and messing up everything. Oh, okay, right. So apparently we're meant to have invisible collision that's stopping people doing that. I would guess that's another bug or another glitch. Hey, people who are jumping on stage and messing with us, stop doing that.
That's not nice. Start swinging.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Go away. Come on.
Yeah.
That's just gonna encourage me more. Okay.
All right, Sis. Let's do another question.
All right. So Goblin, your question's next. Do you remember it, or do you want me to ask it?
Because we're in an echo. So there's one main room.
Yeah.
And then these, all 4 of them, or 5 of them, how many there are, they're just being broadcasted into.
All right. So Goblin's question is, for the CB2 animation gizmo, when we add the V2 version of the animation gizmo to the CB2 system, will it come with scaling? I believe so, Goblin. I believe so. I know our plan is to make it a lot more sophisticated. I wasn't here too when it started, but
the room I was in was
chaotic. That's why we're taking our time with it, and we haven't kind of rushed it out.
We finally got with the
I'm going to say
that
yes.
they can
I really, to be more responsible, should check with the Maker Pen team to be exactly certain, but I believe that is the plan.
I wasn't recording at first, but I am now, but they accidentally faced
So I think our community has figured out a solution to the problem that we've had about getting questions from other instances. This gift says, tell Gribbly I want a picture. So they just send gifts with their questions.
You can just take a picture. Here I am. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Nothing stopping you. Nothing stopping you.
Yeah, out there. Yeah, just take a picture.
Oh, wow, it's like paparazzi, Mike. I like
this. There's a person behind the screen there. I was ruining this.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah. All right, Sis. What do we got? That was my red carpet pose.
Your next Apple King. Apparently, you have 2. You have 2 good questions, apparently.
All right. Enough with photos. I'm sorry. All right. All right, Thick Apple King. What's your question?
Either or, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Be yourself.
Okay.
Star Trek skin colors.
Yeah, so the question was, we thought about adding avatar skin colors that aren't kind of like human skin colors, like, so, green, blue, red. We haven't talked about it for a while. I'd want to talk to our art team and see what they think about that. So yeah, I actually don't know if we plan to do that or not. Like,
that was a good
we kind of think about like a lot of the kind of wilder things we want to kind of save for costumes. And long term we're thinking about ways to kind of like have costumes be able to kind of go between rooms, and so you can take them from sub-room to sub-room a little more easily. So if you wanted to do like a really wild appearance, we'll definitely let you go wild with costumes. Avatars, we're not sure, I think, is the honest answer. So it's an interesting thought, and there could be fun to do kind of like a, Shrek avatar with green skin could be kind of fun, or Smurf avatar with a blue skin.
It'd be interesting if the costumes gave you the ability to like recolor. I'm suggesting pictures for you.
Yeah.
To go do now, but
yeah, that is kind of a fun idea. But yeah, good question, Apple King. Appreciate it. All right, we got blue stealth.
Take my food. Take my food.
Good review to stay out of the way.
Make
next one is from Rudded. Will we have an update on the terrain system anytime soon?
All right, the question is, will we have an update on the terrain system anytime soon? Who knows what I'm going to say? No, there won't be an update on that anytime soon. So here's all I'll say is there'll be an update on some related stuff very soon, TM. But the terrain tool itself, don't expect an update on that anytime soon. We won't be talking about that for a while.
I have a question.
Right.
This is a broadcasted instance where they're not actually here.
You got your question ready?
They're like fancy holograms.
Right.
How are we going to beat GTA 6? Sorry, yeah. Luke Fox, what you got?
Luke Fox's question is, when will we see more emitter effects and the ability to scale the effects to cover more room range?
I still can't find the name.
Yeah. So we want that as well. And so, yeah, that's kind of like similar to the Goblin's question about the animation gizmo. We've been thinking about, all right, as we bring the emitter over into V2, we want to really expand the capabilities. And like, so I think, don't take this as gospel just yet, but your thinking is like definitely how do we get it to be like, you can have it, fill a volume as opposed to just, come out of just one nozzle and stuff like that.
Oh, right. Are you in our room?
Luke Fox, behave yourself. Yeah, so we definitely want you to be able to do rain effects, weather effects, stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be part of the V2 emitter strategy, but I don't think we've got it fully designed yet. Like it's one of those things where you want to figure out how can we make it like probably split it into multiple building blocks, so that you've got a lot more flexibility as opposed to it just being one unit.
I have a question.
Walt Disney asks, is this a stream?
I don't believe it is a stream. So this is a.
No, we're not.
So as a reminder, all right. So for anyone who joined us late, let's just do a little refresher on what's going on here. So this is a test of new technology in Rec Room. We call it broadcast events. So what's happening is myself, Gribbly, and O'Reilly, and Forever, and Sizz, and Bilal haunting us in the rafters. We are broadcasting from an instance to many, many, many echo instances where a bunch of you are that I'm talking to right now. We currently have 1,485 people in this event, so this is already by far the largest live event that's ever happened in Rec Room.
It's a
Bilal, you're echoing again.
Congrats on being part of history, guys.
Yeah, so congrats on being part of history. This is
here.
the biggest event we've done so far. But yeah, this is very much a technical test as well as being a fun AMA. And so, yeah, so if you're in an echo instance and you just joined, that's what's going on. So we are talking to you from a different instance, but live and in real time. Yeah.
How the fuck do we ask questions?
Sorry, all right, I distracted myself. Do we have a question that I'm meant to be answering? Probably, right?
So...
The thing is, there's literally no live stream. We can't even ask questions on a stream.
But I am in the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Actually here. Like robots.
Right. Right, got it. I hear you, yeah. All right, so Styles' question is, currently the way it's set up, you can't take a party with you to your dorm.
I know Styles.
And maybe that's weird. Maybe you should be able to. I will say, so yeah, I would say we haven't thought deeply about that recently. I will say, like, part of the design of the dorm room button for us is kind of your get out of jail free card for, like, if you're in a situation where maybe there's there's kind of a harassment incident that you want to escape from, or there's just something going on that you're really uncomfortable with, or maybe it's just a technical issue, like something's going crazy. We always want you to just be able to hit the dorm room button, get back to where you are. And so I could see some potential moderation and harassment problems with, like, maybe you got into a party unintentionally with someone and you're just like, I just want to get back to my known, safe zone where I know what's going on. And if you're like, that sends an invite to the person harassing you, that is not what you want. So I would say that's probably the reason why we wouldn't do that. There's also a pretty tight room limit. Like, there's only 4 people allowed in the dorm. And so, a lot of parties are often bigger than that. So very often you wouldn't be bringing the whole thing. So I think on balance, we probably won't support that. But I get why you might want it. Does that make sense? Okay, good question.
Jumbotron after this?
Alright.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Cam, the creator.
Cam, the creator. We're just going to ignore you, Blizz.
I believe Cam normally just types, right? You want me to ask the question for you?
I'm about to go freaking...
Alright, so Cam asks, do we ever plan on getting a Moods V2 and some new features like a different kind of reflection chip where you can change the reflections without changing the skybox? Or possibly a way to control the horizon on the Sky Dome chip?
Yeah, okay. So, first of all, let me just say, Cam is an incredibly cool name, so let's just acknowledge that. Then, secondly, yeah, definitely. We kind of talked about this a little bit at the start when we were talking about supporting lighting and stuff in the dorm rooms. We definitely want to keep turning the crank on the mood chips and the skybox chips to give the kind of features you're talking about a lot more adjustability. So yeah, over time we'll definitely be iterating on those and improving these. I think it's probably fair to say that we want to make advances in the kind of efficiency of our rendering and stuff so that we can have a bit more stuff in the rooms. Because I think a lot of creativity is limited by how much stuff you can put in the room as opposed to how many different things you can change. So it's kind of a balance of we want to optimize things a bunch as well as adding new stuff, but definitely want to get there before you can, for sure.
Next question comes from Cole Skills. Want to ask your question, Cole?
Could you say that one more time?
So how are they? Wait, so what are they doing right now? Like, so how is it, like...
So
As in-
basically, this event works in different...
So, so this question is there any plans for an invisibility chip? Do you mean invisibility as in your avatar is invisible, or invisible as in other stuff is invisible?
Yeah, what he said.
Oh, objects. Oh, yeah. So, I'd say, I'm not sure if it'll be an invisibility chip, but I think that's definitely a use case we want to support, is like, you know, we make objects appear much more easily without having to like
I want to talk to you.
via gizmos and stuff like that. Is that what you want to do? Like you want to be like, hey, this thing appears, you know, based on a game event?
Why is
Yes, we will be supporting that.
They're probably gonna add...
For the Echo instances, the question was, are there plans for an invisibility chip?
Yo, sis,
Dude, they can't. They're not real. They're not real.
Why?
They're fancy holograms.
Yos, I don't see
Bro,
any.
It's like a hologram.
They're in the different,
Yes, I've been
different...
You missed it. They accidentally
Offline.
face revealed like in the very beginning.
What is object model and how will it affect the way I create? We don't really know much about object model, and I feel like everyone would like to know what it is and when it is expected to release.
Yeah, totally. So object model is kind of a very, very broad term that really we don't, really mean to use in public too much because it's not a specific feature. It's more a bunch of stuff that we're doing under the hood to make the creation system more powerful. But I'll answer the question this way. To give you the very basic answer of what is object model is basically, right now, we, as in the Rec Room dev team, are able to make higher quality objects than you, as Rec Room creators, can make with the Maker Pen. People can make awesome stuff. We can make better stuff with Unity and C# because that's, kind of, we got the internal tools. Object model is us making it so you can make objects with the Maker Pen that are as interactive and as high quality as the stuff that we make internally. That's what object model is. So it has particle effects, sound effects. It doesn't drift about weirdly when you move it around in your hand. It's got all of the kind of great cross-platform interaction. So whether you're on VR or whether you're on a phone or whether you're on a console, when you pick it up and move it, like everything operates really well and you can use it really well. Object model is a way of making our object system just way more powerful so that the objects you can create can be really, really great quality inventions. So when you put them in the store, people will be really excited to get them and they'll really operate to a high level of quality. That's what object model is, and it actually is a lot of different things that we have to do.
Oh yeah, we'll
actually be shipping it incrementally, so just in little bits and pieces you'll see little improvements.
I know, I would have strangled that kid.
That's why they didn't get my prize.
The super weapon in the laser tag map.
Where's Rowan?
Sucks because since we're doing this, we're not streaming, so there's no way for us to ask
secondary
questions.
moving, reloader, and all these cool particle effects and custom sound.
I'm just kind of staying and open my questions gets answered though.
So people left, right? That's why they're leaving.
Does that make sense?
I guess so. Yeah.
But why did they make it? Why did they make it?
They're trying to learn it. So.
Because they wanted.
Why did they?
Why they got stuff.
Because they wanted us to.
Next question is from Reddit user Karki15 Reddit.
Okay, let's make one like this, but with like the holotar.
Can we expect some sort of damage model when deals with
I don't want to.
or is it something you'll take interest in?
You can go try. I don't want to.
That's a lot of secrets. That's a lot of secrets.
Who knows? Who knows?
What's a vehicle? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what a vehicle is. Do you guys know what vehicles are?
Has anyone has everyone checked out the ducks on the? Has anyone checked out the ducks on the screen? Look at the ducks.
Fuck you! If you're a hologram and you're listening to this, then you suck. Why you are playing? Why you not make me? Freaking bitch. I hate you.
Yeah. So, also from a Reddit user, Ghostly Gaming 23. Are you guys ever going to add hands when a player is holding an item? If so, will people be able to control how your hand looks when holding player-made items?
How are you going to yell at a
Yeah, it's a great question. So it's definitely something we've thought about because it's definitely something that it probably would look if when you grab an object, like if I grab that microphone, my hand is grasping it. We haven't really done it because it's a bunch of niggly work that we got to do, and there's always something more important to do. But I think it actually connects a little bit to the object model question. If I interpret the question correctly, it's not so much that you would want different poses on one object, but it's more like custom-made objects. You want to specify what the hand looks like. So if and when we get to like that, hey, we're going to make the hands visible while you're holding something, we'll definitely have it customizable so that the objects you make, you get the hand grip that you want. But that's a broad topic, and I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. But I would say we're not likely to dig into this anytime soon. I think it's kind of think of it as like a really cool thing to have, but it's not like a real must-have. I think there's things that are much higher on our priority list than making hands visible when you're holding objects. It would be cool. I know it would be cool.
Next question is from Matt Moore 12.
That's probably the most asked question.
They ask, I think somewhere around last September you guys revealed a big announcement video. I just wanted to ask, have you guys been working on it? If so, how well is it going?
Dude. I don't know if they added that.
Yes, and slowly.
Yes, and slowly.
What was the big announcement video?
People will remember.
Okay.
Have you seen the bear on the screen?
Is this how Retcon is gonna work? If Retcon works like this, is Gribbly Australian?
The bears.
Yeah, he is Australian.
I don't know who's doing that. I guess I'll mute them.
Next question
Retcon
is
is
from
gonna be like this. I'm actually kind of
Aura Stone.
Yeah,
Will there ever be a sort of converter to connect CV1 and CV2?
They'll
I found
fix it
some
though.
CV2 chips
Right now they're getting probably a lot of bad
that
reviews on
would
this
do wonders
thing,
for
so
my
hopefully
games,
they fix
but
it.
I usually build
Some
my
more
games with
Retcon.
CV1, and I don't want to go through the trouble
I don't think
learning
it's
everything
artist.
about
I'm
CV2
muted
and
artist.
replacing every CV1 chip.
No, I said it's.
I swear, whoever is doing
So
this
the answer is probably not.
Tiv, the mic is picking you
If
up.
we ever did that, it would
Like the
be
next
when
microphone
CV2
phone.
is in a much more stable state of development, and there's kind of like much more
Tiv is
complete,
like
and you
category
can
from
rely on
earlier.
things not changing. But yeah, right now if we cross the streams of CV1 and CV2 too intentionally,
because
it's going to make
Omnic's
it
holding the
really,
fucking
really
mic
hard
on.
for us to develop CV2 as quickly as we need to. So the answer is no. We're not likely to make an official CV2 to CV1 or vice versa after.
Gotcha. Next question is from Aggressive AD9707. When are you planning to do another collaboration with a game or company or something like that?
So it's a good question. And I know there's kind of like, there's always things floating around of like interesting things we could be doing, and we're definitely kind of open-minded about working with different games or like companies. We don't have anything specific in the works that I can talk about. I will say it was pretty interesting. We saw a British cosmetic company called Soap and Glory made a pretty interesting kind of hangout room a couple of months back. That was actually, I thought it was pretty cool. And they actually like had Rec Room creators build that. So they actually basically their branding department came and paid Rec Room creators to build a room for them, which I thought was really awesome and kind of a really fun thing as Rec Room evolves and develops. Is a really fun way for our creators to like make some money from building stuff in Rec Room. So I think we'll see a lot more stuff like that. I think it's also possible that we'll do more official collaborations, but we certainly don't have anything like that to announce at the moment.
Yes, and we had nothing to do with the Soap and Glory thing. That was entirely creator done, and we really want to encourage our creators to go out there and make those relationships and bring stuff and help themselves out with their Rec Room careers.
Why is that dude up there?
So
This is a
that
little
is
bit
the
off the path from that question, but also Retcon is going to have like a couple other devs that aren't just Rec Room.
Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah,
It's
that's
not
a great point. So
you won't get cool gear, but like you can talk to people.
I think a lot of them aren't kind of announced yet, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of like other game developers speaking at RecCon, talking about their games. It'll be a really good time to do AMA with a bunch of cool devs that we're going to have chat. I know I'm pestering game dev friends to come and talk about the cool games they're working on. So I think it's a really fun thing for RecCon.
Yeah. And if you haven't figured it out yet, this test can do all of that at RecCon and make all of the talks huge. So you can all see your favorite creators and your favorite YouTubers and creators from other companies and devs from other companies and experience RecCon as a whole yourself in person and live.
Exactly.
I'm a little overdramatic sometimes.
That's all right. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, all right.
So we're out of questions from the document. So I guess we can open it up to if there's staff in
There's
other
definitely been
instances, they can send them.
Yeah, there's definitely been a few popping up in the room. So, like, all right, so let's time check.
Yeah.
We got about 10, 15 minutes left. So far, the technology is holding, which is great news. But, yeah, who's got a question? Like, hit us up in the room. And keep it brief, please. Remember, like, the people in Echo can't hear you when you ask. So, Magola, let's go with you.
Yep. Come on.
My game doesn't like it when I glitch walk. It like it.
All right. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. So Magola's question is, will we be bringing self-scaling to screen mode? So for people who aren't aware, when you're creating with the Maker Pen in VR, you have the ability to scale yourself up to be the size of King Kong or shrink yourself down to be the size of an ant, which kind of functions as a kind of zoom for using the Maker Pen, which is a really, really powerful technique for building things with the Maker Pen. You cannot currently do that in screen mode. Yes, we are absolutely going to bring that to screen mode and touch mode pretty soon, Magola. That's definitely coming. We understand that that's a really, really
he's
important
broadcasted.
piece of the puzzle.
He's broadcasted. You can't wait.
Great question, and yes, it's coming. All right, Luke Fox. More daily challenges like back in the days, like Kill 10 Goblin. What I can say is we are looking at the challenges system, looking at making updates. I don't think we're going to touch it super soon, but we definitely want to modernize it and make some updates to it. All right, who else has a question? Let's see. Cole Skills, did you have one? Molly, looks like you got one. Hello, yes.
So while she's
Molly
typing
is
below, what's our count?
Oh, I think this is a good question for O'Reilly. The question is, will you be getting any special items for for going to Retcon?
Let's talk about Retcon exclusives. So yes, if you go to Retcon, you will get this amazing hoodie and this lanyard for absolutely free. We're also going to have 3 items that will only be sold at Retcon at the event for your avatar that you will not be ever be able to get again. Also, we have instructed some of our best creators to make inventions that they will only sell in their rooms at Retcon. So you'll be able to go through, look at all the cool rooms, look at the ones that are marked only, and buy those things, and you'll never see them again. So, yeah.
Exclusive Retcon merch. Look at that.
Exclusive Retcon merch. Once, only once, never again. Come to the event, make it awesome with us, and get cool stuff.
Oh, okay, interesting. So we're getting feedback from the overflow instances. Apparently, the lanyard you're wearing is not visible to the Echo instances.
Oh, okay. Can they see?
So
they see the hoodie? Okay.
707. Do people see the hoodie?
Bug.
Nope. What is? Can you take a photo of Really for us so we can look at this afterwards to see how he looks? Not in the room. We know what he looks like in the room. Someone in the. Mike, that was excellent comic timing. That was very funny. 707. Take a photo. You're wearing a skeleton hoodie in the Echo instance. Very weird.
Oh,
okay, well,
that is weird.
They're probably because these are unreleased items.
Did you change your outfit in this room?
I did change my outfit in the room.
Yes, that's not going to work.
Yep.
Can't do it.
Okay,
That's exactly what happened.
Understood.
Just imagine
I will describe.
he's wearing a really
just
cool...
imagine it is an orange hoodie with white letters that say Retcon, and there is a pull lanyard that says Retcon 2021 around my neck. Imagine that. So that is what you will get.
I just want to point to the signs here. This is an experimental event. There may be some glitches. All right, we're coming down to the wire here. Let's get the last round of questions in. Molly, we just had from you, Cam. Cam, let's go with you, and then we'll go to Cole Skills.
Oh, damn, look at that.
Never really got to ask this question, but will there be kind of billboard prop that play videos like the Laser Ham ads or Sunset Drive-In movies? Right, so like in the Maker Pen, you could spawn like a screen and it would play things. So I think the way we would want to do, so I don't know, it's a good question. There are a lot of kind of memory and bandwidth and performance implications with features like that. So I think we'd like to do that, but I don't know how feasible it is. Kind of like the billboards that have mini videos. Do you want like canned mini videos that you can choose from, or do you want to be able to make your own?
We can walk in, it works.
All right, we're going to find out.
It's the suspense is killing me.
Yeah.
It's
well, Cam, I'll come back to you.
Dots.
Like choosing, right? Choosing. Yeah. Or submit for moderation. It's an interesting idea. Let me take that one as a suggestion. I don't know how feasible that one is. Cole Skills, you had a question for us. Yeah, is there going to be a fix for the desktop screen share? Right now, it's very buggy. Yes, it is very buggy. It's always kind of been a kind of first iteration feature. We've actually made some improvements to it for this test event. Yeah, it's definitely got a bug right now because you can't see it right now. But yeah, we're actually working on it for Recon to try and make it more stable, make sure it doesn't glitch out quite as much. There's actually a lot we can do to fix it in the longer term. Our goal is that we want to be able to stream actual video, and so you can just watch, 24 frames a second, actual, movie quality video. We believe there's a pathway to doing that. It's going to take us a while. But that's where we want to get to with it. So yeah, this is still very much the V1 screen share. It's kind of cool that it works at all, but we can make it a lot better. All right, Gentle Duck. Let's talk to Gentle Duck. Hello. Got it one at a time.
Is Mountain still here? I don't think
No.
Keep getting dinosaur.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So Gentle Duck's question is kind of a humble brag. He's kind of saying, it's hard to remove a lot of friends at once. I've got so many friends, it's hard to remove them all. So no, it's a good question, and it's especially for people who are creators and are accumulating a lot of friends, or people just like long-time players. Maybe sometimes you want to clean out the Rolodex a little. We'll take that back to our social team as certainly often we think of things that are maybe not so useful for every player, but some players who just happen to have high friend counts or whatever who might want it. Often we'll think about putting stuff like that on RecNet, where it's kind of easier for us to develop it and quicker and bit quicker and cheaper for us to develop stuff. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind doing it on RecNet, I assume just kind of go on RecNet and do some cleanup. Okay,
yeah,
we'll look into that.
I do want to point out that Gentle Duck can't raise his watch hand because he's got too many friends in there.
Right.
But we have thought about making friend buckets, and so you can be able to put your friends in different buckets as well, besides just those two. So that might not be coming right away, but it's something we're also thinking about.
Yeah. And 707 actually had a follow-up on that. He's saying, follow-up, can we do that same thing for rooms? So we probably should make it easier to delete and manage rooms. A lot of this, just a very quick aside, a lot of this is, you'll have noticed that very slowly but very surely we're switching over to the new style UI. And a lot of features like that of management, sorting, filtering are going to be a lot easier with the new UI system. So we kind of want to finish that transition first, and then there'll be another sweep through the UI to add a lot of those convenience features. All right, let's go up the back here to Rexor. I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but close enough.
But
hey, it worked.
The Rexor.
Razor X. All right, my apologies.
Will be held for a week.
Oh.
That doesn't lie.
Then they will be delivered to you.
Right. Right, so Razor X is asking us, will there be new textures, new colors, new shapes coming to Rec Room, to expand the expressive potential of the tools? Yes, over time. It's going to take a while. We like to go kind of slow with this kind of stuff and not kind of go too nuts. Also, kind of, as I was saying before, I think, I don't think I'll be shocking anyone to say that, hey, the ink is a bit limiting, and every time we add, new textures and things like that, it actually makes the ink situation a little bit tighter. So we kind of need to do optimization work that let us kind of break through and be like, hey, you can have way more stuff and you can afford more stuff, and that'll give us more flexibility for things like extra textures and stuff like that. But yeah, we get it. We know we want more flexibility, and we'll always be going, we'll always be trying to hit a balance of going completely hog wild with colors and textures and kind of having a bit more of a balanced palette that kind of gives things, a bit of a Rec Room vibe. But our goal is that you can express any idea that you have in Rec Room. So yeah, and if people can't do that, we want to iterate on the systems till you can. But thanks for being a Rec Room builder. We really appreciate it.
How about this really patient yellow Foxy?
Okay, sure. Yellow Foxy. Hello. Hmm.
Oh my god, I like bomb!
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like 2D art and stuff. Yeah. So Yellow Foxy is asking, would we do special rewards for people who are more into 2D as opposed to like, making movies or stuff like that. So yeah, let me take that back to the creative team and we super appreciate all of the art communities that are in Rec Room. There's a lot of different kind of little sub communities there, and people who do 2D art in Rec Room blow us away with the things that they do. So we want to make sure they feel appreciated and rewarded. So yeah, let me take that suggestion back, and no reason we wouldn't want to do that. All right, let's look at time. Right, so we have 5 minutes left. So we're going to do 3 more questions, then we'll do a bit of a wrap up and just a bit of an assessment of how things went. I want to see like super enthusiasm for who wants to ask their question. Like figure out a way to attract my attention. All right, Goblin, good job, you did it. All right, and Scorpion, you're next. All right, Goblin, what you got? Thank you for making this AMA. So the question was, when are we getting go-karts? So I want to thank Goblin for.
You can ride.
Oh yeah, look at this bear here.
Yeah.
I want to thank Goblin for making this AMA an official AMA. It would not have been complete without that question. So I appreciate that. All right, Mr. Scorpion. Is Streamer Cam coming to PSVR or Oculus Quest 1 or 2? So probably not. So it's purely a performance thing. To run the Streamer Cam, we've essentially got to render the whole scene twice. And especially on Quest 1 and on PSVR, our performance is not super great. And so we're kind of marginal as it is. So no, probably not. I will say, yeah, PS5 we probably have bandwidth to do it. Quest 2, I don't know, it's still kind of marginal there. Certainly in link mode, you can do it. I don't know if that's an option for everybody. Obviously, you got to have a PC VR capable computer. But no, I'm afraid the answer is probably not, just for pure performance reasons. I just don't think we have the performance bandwidth to do it. Sorry.
Sorry to break your heart.
All right, yeah, I'm sorry. All right,
Liz is right up here and has kept their hand up
Are strong. The love is
all right, Blizz, let's go. You get the last question.
Wait, Froggy, what was he just talking about?
Somebody asked when go-kart comes.
Come a little closer, Blizz.
Someone asked, give us Streamer Cam, pretty much.
Wait, so if they just said no go-karts,
so
Blizz
is asking,
the new RR.
when will Crescendo come out on Quest 2? So Crescendo, for anyone who doesn't know, is Crescendo of the Blood Moon. It's one of the quests.
They'd be able to give it to without link cables or anything.
Unfortunately, the answer is probably never, or at least not anytime soon. Again, it's basically the same reason as we talked about for the Streamer Cam. It's a very performance-heavy quest. It's really, really hard for us to optimize to get it running on Quest 2. I'll say never, just so it's not too depressing, but it's really unlikely that we're going to be able to get it running on Quest 2. Your best bet for Quest 2 is a really great quest and really, really fun. Is if you have access to a PC that can be used for PC VR, you can run your Quest 2 in link mode, and that'll run it. But yeah, we've definitely looked into bringing it over to Quest 2. It's a really, really difficult optimization challenge. Like I said, never say never, but yeah, it's unlikely. I'm sorry, Liz.
Two broken hearts, one after the other.
Yeah, ending on a high note.
I like Lux's suggestion to just remove all the enemies and run it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That one seems pretty.
There you go.
It's fun.
There you go. All right, well,
it's a walking simulator.
Now that I've made everyone angry and sad, let's call a close to the event. So, I want to say thank you to everyone for coming today. This was an amazing, amazing test and a really, really valuable thing for us. You've done us a huge favor by being here. I mean, thank you as always for being Rec Room players, Rec Room creators, being part of the Rec Room community. We love you all, both here in the broadcast room and everyone out there in the Echo instances. This is a little piece of Rec Room history today. This is the biggest live event ever held in Rec Room. Bilal, what was our peak? Yep. How high did we get? All right, 1,666. Pretty good.
Guess
All
who
right, that's
gets
pretty
to
good.
win the showcase showdown. Thank you very much.
It's me. It's me.
What did you say? You said 5,000.
Yeah, but I'm also making the rules, so. So yeah, thank you everybody. I know there were some weird issues, but that was to be expected. But from our perspective, that was a huge success. Hopefully, we'll see you all at RecCon in a couple of weeks. Thank you for helping us test. We appreciate it.
We do.
See you out there.
Bye
all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. Yeah, actually, here I'm gonna take a group photo. Here, everyone, kind of gather up. I'm gonna take a group photo.
Let's get in. Let's get in.
All right. I'm gonna try and get everyone in. All right. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna wait.
Hey! All right, perfect. All right, here.